10 of your favorite tips and tricks for Draw.io, also known as diagrams.net. Let's jump straight to the point. How can we adjust the background color in Draw.io? Simply deselect objects. In my case, there's nothing on my artboard, so that's simple. I just click out to be sure that nothing's selected. Now, on the right side in the diagram properties, I see properties of the page itself. So I see the grid that I can modify from here. I can see also the background color. By default, it should be switch off. It seems like white, but actually that's transparency. Give you the original paper color, but we can turn it on, and from here we can select the color. You can pick any color from the spectrum. Keep in mind, if you plan to print it out, avoid very dark colors. It will consume a lot of ink. Alright, so let's say we want this bright yellow. Click apply, and you will see your page change the color. Keep in mind, the grid can be switched off while you are exporting. So you can keep the grid on, and then when you're exporting, you can switch this off. If you click File, go for Export as, let's say, PDF, they will ask you, do you want to keep grid or no? By default, it's switch off. Click Export. Let's save this. As you can see, my diagram, the blank page, is in the color we set up. So that's how you can change the background color in Draw.io diagrams.net. How to show or hide arrowheads in your connector lines. Let's draw some connector lines. We can simply hover the mouse at the edge of the shape, and then you can pull out the line. This is the default one that you will get after you launch the software. Let's connect one here, and let's pull another one here, just like that. If your connectors are stick correctly, you can move those shapes and the line should actually follow. So that's the advantage of professional diagramming software like diagrams.net. Alright, so if you click on the line itself, as you can see right now it's selected, I can adjust how thick the line is. I can adjust the color of the line. And of course we can adjust arrowheads. So the one on the left is none, but you can put arrow here as well. Take a look. And this one, by default, we already got arrow here, but we can change the style of it if you like. You can also put beginning or ending shapes as well. Keep in mind, we can switch them off, none and none, adjust the thickness, the color, and then set this up as the default. We can also change how the line will behave. So I will move it from sharp to rounded. So I got these rounded edges of the line. That's nice. Now I will set this up as a default state for our connectors. So I click set as a default style. Then if I got a next shape to connect, when I hover my mouse, see the green color, pull up the line, take a look. It's exactly the same style as the previous one because we set up that style as the default one. We can also select all of the edges at once. Click Edit and then select Edges. This way you select all of the lines and you can customize the style now for all of them, same time. This way you can override whatever is there. Keep in mind you need to select again none. Be sure everything is override nicely. And we are done. We modify the default arrows to be a dash connecting line without arrowheads, and you already know how to do it other way around. Draw.io is a great open source diagramming software. Let me show you how we can insert new tables and also how we can insert a new rows into existing tables. As you may know already, there's a proper table tool over here in the bar at the top of the interface. From here, we can select how big the table should be. It's very similar experience to adding tables in Microsoft Word or Google Docs. So just select how big your table should be. And here's the table. We got cells, we got also rows and columns. If you try to use the table tool again while your table is selected, so that's important, you need to select existing table, then head to table tool again, you will see new options here. We can insert a column on the left, on the right, we can delete a column, insert a row above, below, or we can delete a row. So let's try. I will move to this cell and I will delete a row. So the bottom row is gone. Now I'm going to insert a row below. And I got a new row. I can do it again. Here it is. Let's try to delete a column. It's gone. Now I'm going to add a new column on the right. Here it is. It's also a very handy trick. If you are on the row and you feel like you need another row, you can press Command Enter or Control Enter on Windows. So Command Enter, and I got a new row. New row, new row. Very handy trick. It's not only for tables, for any kind of container in your draw.io. If you kind of run out of space, you need one more row, one more line, just press Command Enter or Control Enter on Windows and you will get a new one. Keep in mind, you can change the style of your cells using the style menu on the right, when you can change the style of the line. So there's a color of the line here, how thick the line is, the style of the line itself, but you can also fill those cells with some color. Just like that, or simply use the quick style menu at the top. This way you can quickly highlight the header row in your table. If you want to modify the text inside the table, don't forget to switch from style to text menu. This way you can change the font size and font color. So that's how you can use the table tool in diagrams.net. Let me show you how to draw a flowchart using a program called diagrams.net. It's also called draw.io, and that's a web-based program. So you can just head to diagrams.net or draw.io and start a new blank project. You will end up with this empty page just like me. Now we can click plus more shapes on the left and be sure your flowchart shapes are turned on. So just click here in the checkbox and then apply. Now we can open this whole flowchart group and it's really easy. We just need to just drop and drag those shapes to our page. If you hover your mouse, you will see what this shape is for. So if you cannot remember, you can always wait for the prompt here. All right, this one or this one, they can be both used as the start shape. So I drag it out. Now I need some kind of process for like step 1, 2, 3. So I search for a rectangle-like shape. You can even stretch it a bit. It's vector-based, so you will not lose any quality, so that's a good stuff. And if you want to type inside, just double-click on it, and then you can type your instruction in. If you like to modify the text, you can select the text, and then on the right you will see some text formatting options like size, font, color, and overall style of it. If you click on the shape, then there are some styles for the shape as well that are predetermined, but you can decide yourself about the fill color, line style. All of that can be adjusted on the right side in the style panel. So we got style, and then we got text, and then we got arrange. 3 panels, very handy. They're all on the right side. All right, let's go back to it. Then let's say we got some kind of decision, so we search for the decision block. Decision can go both ways, so we can go to the right or to the left. So again, we need a process block. I already got one here, so I will just copy and paste this one. Copy and paste, copy and paste, and then we need to end our flowchart. In most cases, you can end with the very same one that you use for the starter, so the circle one, like that. We can put it as the end as well, oval here. Can name it end. This one can be start. And now the question is how we can join them all together. It's really simple. Just hover your mouse until you can see this green indication, like this little green circle. Click on it and you can drag out the line. Now stick this line to the next block. You can even customize the style of this line, how thick it should be, what color. Do you need an arrowhead or no? You can customize it over here. And if you like this style, you can even set it as default. So the next line we're making will be exactly the same. So now I hover my mouse here and I pull the line from this shape here. I hover my mouse here, stick it to this guy. Same on this side. And this will bring us to the end of the flowchart. The good thing about diagramming software like this one, like versus doing this in some kind of different program that is not designed for diagrams, like let's say you want to just do it in Procreate or Microsoft Word. In this case, our connectors are sticky. Take a look. Even I move this around, the lines are still maintaining the original flow. So the lines are sticky, so it's easy to modify and reformat your diagrams. So that's how you can design a flowchart using draw.io, also called diagrams.net. It's a free website without any ads or features behind paywalls and stuff like that. So it's really great for like academic or professional purposes. Draw.io is a great and totally free diagramming software that we can use directly in our web browsers. So today we're going to try to use it to make a little mind map. Simply head to diagrams.net, start a new blank document, and then on the left side, search for the group called Advanced. Open it up, and inside that group you will see there's a little mind map prepared for us, so we don't need to start from scratch. We can just drag this in. That's nice. And this is our starting point. If you want to edit the text, simply double tap on the text. You can even change the style, font, color of the text on the right. If you would like to add more topics or branches, there are two ways we can do that. Let me just stretch it up a bit. So we got more space in that container. So if I move the central idea, as you can see, all of the branches are sticky, so it's all stick to it. So that's nice. I click on the topic, I see those arrows around. If you tap on the arrow, it will give you another topic. If you're on the branch, it will be exactly the same. This way, we can grow our mind map. We can create multiple subtopics, topics that are also containers as well. So I can close that topic and the subtopic will be also closed. We got sub branch here. So it's really intuitive. Take a look. We go here. We got 3 subtopics inside this topic, but I can close that. And this way you can easily navigate that. As I mentioned, it's all connected together. So if you move one, those lines will not disappear. They will follow that container to adjust themselves, so you can still track them using those lines. And everything is in this mind map container. This way you can have several mind maps in one document and you can open and close them when you need. Keep in mind, you can use some predetermined styles here on the right for your topics and subtopics. So this way you can do some color coding as well to help yourself. You can modify the size of the font, but you can also just zoom in a bit using the zoom panel if it's too small for you. All right. So that's how we can very quickly create a mind map using diagrams.net or draw.io. Or if you prefer, you can start from scratch. So I just drag out the central idea first, and from here I can drag a topic, right? So I drag the topic and then click on that line to connect this topic to your central idea. Nice. Same with the branch. I drag it out, click on the line, connect that to your main idea. And from here, I can add another topic above. We can add subtopics in as before. So that should be not a problem. Take a look. We got 2 subtopics in this one. And this way you can grow your mind map starting from scratch, starting just from the central idea. Hey, today I'm going to show you how to create a Venn diagram using draw.io. This program is also called diagrams.net, and that's the website where you can open this free diagramming software. After you create a new blank diagram, you will see an empty page like this one. Now on the left side, you should see a general shapes. That's the group we need. Just open up general and then you can pull this circle. So just drag and drop it into your page. Now we can resize that. We can adjust the style on the right using some pre-made styles. Then if you tap on it twice, you can even type in it. So that's what you need, right? Okay, so now we got this one here. I will create a copy of this whole circle. So Command C, Command V. And we can now create a second one on the right side. Keep in mind, we can adjust the style of the text as well. If we move to text section, from here you can adjust the style of it, the size of it, font and color. All right, and now we can select a different color for this guy, but as you can see, we cannot really see the overlapping part. So let's explore the fill color. The fill color got also another property called alpha, so we can make it semi-transparent. We can make it hatch, solid, dots, crosshatch, dash, zigzag lines, but if you go for solid, you still can select a semi-transparent color by reducing the opacity of it. So now we can reduce opacity of this whole shape to 50%. Let's do the very same thing with the first one. So we can use this as standard. We can set this as default style. So when you try to drag a next one, it's already semi-transparent. Take a look. All right, but how can we put a more text in this overlapping area, right in between them? To do that, we simply use the text tool. So you can drag extra text here without any problem. So simply drag and drop the text as we did before with the shape. And now we got a text box in between them. Even there's no shape, we can put the text there. Let's adjust the text style to match the rest of it. So we got 14, 14, that's correct. And here it is. As you can see, we can create very basic Venn diagram very quickly using draw.io. Simply drag circles out and reduce the opacity to 50%. For the extra text, drag out the text from the left and you can place it in any place on your diagram. Let me show you how you can create organization chart in the free software called draw.io. So if you open the website draw.io or diagrams.net and create a new blank document, you will see exactly same blank document as me. Now we need to open up the group on the left called Advanced. From here, we will drag out organization, so drag and drop, and division, drag and drop. Now we can actually delete this line. This will be our organization, and then we can create several divisions. Let's copy and paste this block, Command C, Command V. So now we got 2 divisions, and we're going to link them together. Always link from the parent to children, so from organization to division. Hover your mouse until you see green color. Pull this from that green spot and stick to your division. Same for the second one. If you did this correctly, the line should follow. So try to move your elements. And if the line is following the element, like in my case, all good to go. Keep in mind, we can customize the style. So we can pick ready-to-use styles from the right side. Or we can create them ourselves by adjusting fill color and line color. If you change to text menu, you will see font options and font colors. Alright, we got our organization. I can close and open. We got two divisions that we will be able to close and open. So under each division, we need some individuals. So we'll put the people working for that division. In that case, I will just use a simple shape. So open general group. And the second one, rounded rectangle. That's perfect. I will make it very rounded by putting this yellow shape in. Alright, so I got this fully rounded rectangle now. Let's decide on style. So this is some John Doe working for this division, and we can now copy and paste this several times. So let's create 3 employees here, and again we need to link them in this division on the right. Let's name it division A, and this will be division B. So now again we need to link from parents to children shapes. So from the division to the employee. So pull out the line from the green hotspot and join it here. Deselect. And again you can give it a test by moving some elements. If the lines follow, we stick it correctly. Let's try to close the division A. Yep, that's nice. Everything is closed with that, so we cannot see who's working in division A now. Alright, it's a really great way of doing free diagrams directly in your web browser without installing any software. If you are done with your chart, you can always click File, and you can export this as PDF for sharing that or printing. So you end up with PDF like this one. Or you can actually share that with others. You can invite them to this project to see your chart and maybe help you assemble the chart itself. If it's really large organization, that different divisions, maybe you need some help from others who can invite them to this project as well. Can we create entity relationship diagram using just freesoftwarediagrams.net? The good news is, yes, we can. Simply start a new blank document like this one. Then you will need to add a special shapes. So let's click this blue button here on the left, plus more shapes. From here we can explore the whole list. But what we need today is entity relation. So click on that, and don't forget to click on the checkbox as well to turn it on. After you click apply, you will see a new group on the left. We can open this up, and all necessary elements are here. Now we can simply drag and drop what we need. So we got the basic tables, and then we simply need to connect them to plan the structure for the database. At the bottom, we got different cardinalities, so we can use that to connect them based on your specification. Then just pull the end and stick it to the key or to the whole table, depends on how you want to design it. And take a look. On the right side, we can still modify endings. So if you want to change that, you don't need to pull a new cardinality from the left menu to menu. You can simply click on the existing one and change that from here, from this arrowhead menu as well. If it's too small, you can make the line thicker, or you can make the end of the line or start of the line larger as well. Take a look now. I'm enhancing the size on this side. It's really huge now. The advantage of using diagrams.net or any other professional diagramming software is definitely that we can drag stuff around, and the line is sticky, so it will stay with your elements. Even you want to draw a regular line without cardinalities, you can do it as well. So just simply hover your mouse until you see the green color, and then you can pull the regular line out of it. We can do all of the modification I showed you before here, including changing the color of the line, adding arrowheads like cardinalities, or just click it as none. And that's how we can design ER diagram using draw.io. By the way, if you run out of space on your page, don't worry. Whenever you move outside that workspace, the program will automatically add a new page. Just avoid placing objects on this dash line. That's indicating the page break. Let me show you how you can add Amazon Web Services, icons, and symbols to your draw.io diagram design. Draw.io is this free open source web-based diagramming software. So after you create a new blank project like I just did, you can click plus more shapes on the left side. And here you will scroll down to networking section. And as you can see, we got 4 different groups here with Amazon Web Services icons. So there's a 2024, the newest one. You simply need to turn this on by clicking this checkbox, click apply, and now you should be able to see all of those groups here on the left. If you want to use those icons and symbols, simply open up the group and drag it out. So you can now drag and drop those elements in your diagram. If you want to join them together, keep in mind there is a arrow section at the top here with the official arrows, but you don't need to use them. You can simply hover your mouse around the icon, and then you can pull out the arrow and join it with the next element. If you do it correctly, the arrow will be sticky, so even you move your elements around, the arrow will follow. If you want to customize the arrow to look exactly as the official one, you can do it here on the right side in the style menu, and you can make it a bit thicker. You can change the arrowhead as well. And if you need, you can even adjust the color or make the line dash. All of that is in the style section on the right. Alright, so that's how you can easily add those icons into your draw.io diagrams.net experience and create your diagram for free. Let me show you how you can group objects in draw.io diagrams.net. So I already drag and drop the square and circle, connect them together with the arrow. If I try to move them now, one by one, it will be quite a tricky task, so I can group them together. Simply make a big selection like that, select all 3 elements, head to Arrange tab at the top, and you will see option to group. There's also a shortcut, Command G on Mac or Control G on Windows. Click Group, and now this will act like a single object. The good news is when the object is selected and then you click on the specific element once more, you can edit that element without ungrouping, so you don't need to ungroup it. But if you really need to ungroup this whole selection, you can go to Arrange, and there's option to ungroup now. And then everything is a separate object again. This can be really handy with the big diagrams. I hope this short tutorial was helpful, and I will see you in the next one.